So I just bought some mulberry cuttings online because I want to grow a few mulberry trees, but I want to have them small, shorter trees, basically dwarf trees. These are white mulberries, so they grow really big. So this could grow a 50-foot tree. And I ended up getting these from, where does it say, Shane Lee Creations. On eBay, so you can check them out. They have a bunch of different products that they sell to everything tropical. So anyways, I'm going to be rooting this. I want these to root, and then eventually I'm going to graft a dwarf variety that grows a lot thinner and smaller, so this will grow to like a 5-foot, 6-foot tree hopefully, and then a dwarf, almost like bush on the top of it. So you've seen dwarf mulberry trees. It's kind of how they usually grow them. They grow them off of a white mulberry and then graft them from there. So this is a device that I'm using. This is a grafting device, and I'm actually using this to make cuttings. So you can see right there, if you laid the branch on that, this comes out and cuts a odd shape. So the knife is like this, and so if you put this branch in here and clamp it down, you'll get something like this. And if I did 2 pieces, I can do the opposite for the other. I can actually lock this into another piece about the same size, and that's how you usually make a graft. That is how you do apple trees or most fruit trees. It's one tree growing up with the roots at the bottom, and then this branch from some other type of tree or variety can be grafted in. And so this could be the pollinator or something on a tree, so that you don't have to pollinate your apple trees with another tree. So you could have basically 2, 3 to up to like 10 different varieties on one tree. So all I'm trying to do today is graft this. So I basically did my cutting right there, and then I got this root hormone gel. A lot of this stuff's come a long way. With the whole cannabis industry picking up, you got a lot of different varieties of growing hormones. And actually isn't on there, it's on the cap. So I got a little brush right here, and I basically just paint that onto the root. And this is the stuff I'm using. So it's a Root Tech cloning gel. I've never used it before, but these gels seem to work really good, and I already have it on there. So it's a little bit glossy. It's hard to see, but I got some on there, and I'm just basically throwing it into some dirt. And actually this little piece right here was a little cutting that I took off of one. It's probably not going to make it, it's really small, but I'm hoping that it will root, because I need more rooted varieties of this other kind so that I can grow some bushes and graft them onto this. So I have a couple growing outside in the dirt right now because they came in first. So ideally I would have liked to have these a couple months ago and have them already rooted, so that I could have just taken the cuttings and spliced them right into these. But these grow pretty well. If you have mulberry trees, you could literally take cuttings off of them, dip them in this stuff, and I won't recommend dipping them, painting it on, because you don't want to taint that stuff, because it's a hormone. You could kill it or something, I don't know. So this should root pretty easily though, but you don't want it in full sunlight, so it needs to be in a shaded area. And I just basically have it in potting soil. Ideally, I think you want it in a perlite, which is more that aerated stuff, and you don't want it getting too wet. So I put some rocks in the bottom of that, and hopefully I can keep these things alive till they're rooted, and then I'll plant them in the yard. So eventually I want to have some trees along my fence area going down with small mulberries, and it will just give a little bit more greenery through that area on the outside of the fence, and I can pick the mulberries. And you can also grow mulberries to grow or raise silkworms. So that was another reason why I'm doing it. I have my chameleons, and I would be raising some silkworms and just taking cuttings from the mulberry trees to feed the silkworms, because silkworms live off of mulberry trees. And I think they'll grow on something else, but whatever you're going to be feeding them could be poisonous, where mulberry trees aren't poisonous to the chameleons. So that's what I'm doing.